Be
Hey,
point
hey,
tonight.
hey, welcome to Jedi Journals podcast. I think we are on episode 3, which is my favorite number. I am Ant, also known as I am Not a Committee. If you are on the gram, if you follow on the Graham Cracker, you might know my good friend and also brother and also now co-host Ari, also known as Ari Stardust on Instagram. And then over here, we have, of course, David, number 3. David, it's the lucky number tonight. Black Series Naturally on Instagram. So please check us out if you don't already. And tonight you'll notice Matt is missing. Matt just had some stuff going on, and he's not able to make it tonight. So we're gonna have a great show that he can watch this time instead of be a part of. Also, big shout out to our good friend and buddy on Instagram, Mudhorn Station, who's always watching and in the comments. He's told us he's gonna be missing out tonight, so we'll be missing him. And with that, I'll turn it over to you guys. What's going on, guys?
All right.
Just a quick greeting to Metal Jedi. Thanks for being here again. Really appreciate you.
Metal Jedi. Hey, what's up, man? We just welcomed him to one of our collaborations on Instagram, Wookiee Wednesday, which all three of us are a part of. Which was today. So we had our weekly or monthly Wookiee podcast, Wookiee collaboration where we all post a photo that has a Wookiee in it. It's a fun time. If you're interested, hit us up.
Yeah.
So anyways, how you guys doing?
You guys, I'm so excited to talk about everything we have to talk about, even the silly things we're going to talk about tonight. I'm excited to talk about them.
I love that. I love that. I think we all have had a lot going on. And so this is always a time historically, with previous podcasts and now with Jedi Journals here, that is just like something that I just really look forward to being here with you guys and just chit chatting with something that I know that we all love. So
for sure, I'm super stoked for tonight as well. I've actually I think now I've watched each episode watched or listened to them 3 times. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, now that I've watched it, I actually just want to listen to it.
Yeah.
And so I actually, in my commute, so that I'm being safe and not like endangering everyone on the road, including myself, I'm just cruising along and listening, like sometimes, usually after I've watched, because I don't want any spoilers for myself and I want that full visual effect. It's so cool to like just hear the sound design. Like, obviously, this is one of the reasons Lucasfilm is what it is, because Skywalker sound does what they do. And got a chance to go there this past winter and actually visit the ranch where Skywalker Sound is. What an incredibly beautiful place. Saw George's library and whatnot.
Wow, amazing.
That is really cool.
That library is like, it's I don't know, it's like Trinity Library and a few of those like meccas.
So what's the situation with, like, can you take pictures in these kinds of places or
no?
Absolutely not.
No.
You're just like trying to like soak it up,
just absorb it.
But just kind of for a visual, and I know I'm totally taking this off target, but
that's what
when you go in and you look up, there is this gorgeous, the whole ceiling is a domed stained glass.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible stained glass piece of art. And that orangey brown blue light is coming through. And welcome to Starboy Station.
And goodbye, Mr. Replay crew, but we are happy you'll be replaying.
And then it's 2 levels with a wooden spiral staircase going from level 1 to level 2. Like they bent the wood. It's insane. It's just so
well,
beautiful.
You've painted a picture in my mind, so
yeah, I'm ready to go.
Anyway,
we're gonna have to plan the trip.
Totally sidetracked.
Well, should we talk about pictures that we have to show before we get into talking about Maul? Let's do it.
I do.
Oops. Yeah, there we go.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna start talking about. So just wanted to share a few things that y'all might want to take advantage of. I know a lot of this stuff looks exciting to me. This is, some of the stuff you might see in the theaters. Typically, I'm not a big like concession guy at movies just because the price tag, but for some of this stuff and the fact that it's the first Star Wars movie we've had in however many years, I'm pumped.
7 years.
So will I be coming? Thank you. I do. I could count on you for these.
I look at my watch. There's no year
These
on my watch.
facts. But yeah, I think I'll probably be walking home with a few of these things.
Are you guys thinking it's $30 for one of these plus a ticket, or is it you're not getting all that stuff for $30, right?
This is 2 images put together, just so we're clear. You do
Got
get
it,
the
okay.
Grogu pin collectible cup and medium popcorn for the $30 from one theater, but I don't know which theater that was. And then I believe the others are individual things.
Yeah, it's in the fine print. So if anyone's interested, go ahead and pull out a magnifying glass, hit pause, and it's in there. It is. But regardless, I'm sure all theaters are going to have something special, at least a cup or, whatever, popcorn bucket, just something like that for us. How these movies are just as special as they are. Like, it's kind of cool to have something to remember it by.
Well, last fall or last summer when Fantastic Four came out, they did the Fantasticar popcorn bucket, and that's one that I kind of wish I'd gotten because I got the Thing action figure from that line, and it would be really cool just to have that in the background of photos that I'm doing. And like, I see this A.T. Walker, it's not scaled to your Black Series figures, but guess what? You put that 10 feet out and you take your Black Series figure right up in front of you.
Even the feet alone would be perfect, wouldn't they? Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to look at it up close, but probably. I mean, if it's blurry in a photo, all you need to see is, So I mean, I like to do stuff like that too. I've got a couple, I've got a garage sale, A-wing that my mother-in-law got me, and it's in almost perfect condition. It's got to be something from like one of the Kenner lines. I don't know for sure, but I've used that in a few of my photos, and because it's one of those, like the size wise, it's bigger than a TVC. It's smaller than a Black Series. It doesn't know what it wants to be. There's a collector out there who knows what it is, and I'm sure they can tell me.
Well, let's see what some other collectors
they are like that perfect little accent, that perfect little bit of Star Wars galaxy that can really make a photo.
Yes. Now, these might not be making a photo, but they might be making your tummy full. At the BK Lounge, you can be getting your Star Wars Mandalorian meals. You might think we're sponsored, but we are not. We are just excited to be eating Grogu's chicken fries.
For this podcast.
Yeah, no, I think
not even a fry.
I'm going to be taking my boys to get some of these little toys from the Happy Meal. I can tell you that.
Those actually look cool, though. That's the thing. Like I would put those probably on a shelf. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would.
I like the cookie shake.
The cookie shake looks good.
Artwork is really cool. I'm not sure that I would want to eat a Grogu garlic chicken fry. Like
I was gonna say, that's what looks the best to me.
And how much is chicken?
Oh, true.
The Imperial Cheddar Tots. How about that? I don't know why the Imperials are so into cheese, but
I'm 55 this year, and I've lived this long without ever having a cheddar ranch tot, and I know I'm going to exist longer without them.
I don't even know what they are.
They're probably not good for us.
Under a rock. All right.
Let's see. Last slide before we get into Maul.
What are the things on the right? They're like, if you press on it, have you guys seen what the action is on that stuff?
No.
I think back to like when I was a kid with the original trilogies, when Empire Strikes Back came out, the Burger King glasses were really amazing. You've probably seen them in different collectors' shelves and things.
I think I have.
Gorgeous, really simple line art, but they still stand up to this day to be like amazing.
Yeah. There's a few of them, I think, that we had
the Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC stuff for Phantom Menace. That was our big thing.
Nice.
And it was cool stuff.
It was fun. All right, and now we're gonna go on to
it's okay. I'm gonna spoiler alert. This is gonna be some really sad news for some of you, and it's probably a good thing that Matt's not here for this, though he already knows. Wah, wah.
All right, Anthony, you can.
There's been some delays. So a ton of people were excited for these Maul figures. Pre-order wise, I think they were scheduled to be some people getting them. Matt said he was going to get his, I think, on May the 4th.
I saw it on Amazon. It was the first for some of these.
A pushback to July.
That's
Yikes.
rough.
Yeah, for us collectors who are excited and we want to start taking photos of these figures now while we're excited about this show, which I'm going to be excited about the show for a while, so it's all good. But
yeah,
I don't know. It is a bummer. I don't do pre-orders anymore, so I'm not too bummed. But I would have been excited to find it, hopefully, like in a store. But
yeah,
what are you guys' thoughts?
I'm just curious about Metal Jedi Starboy Station. Did you guys do any pre-orders, or are you planning on picking these up? And all of them, some of them, none of them? What are you thinking? Just plop that stuff in the chat. I didn't do any pre-orders either, Ant. I was tempted to. My birthday's in May, and so I was tempted to ask for Devin, possibly Rook, definitely. Rook is definitely on my list of big wishes because the figure itself looks more impressive than any of the others. I don't have that version of Maul either, and I'm tempted by that Maul.
Yeah,
not for the soft goods, but simply for having the Maul with the metal legs. The only Maul I've got is the comic version. So the he's bare chested. It's a bit much. You
I
can't
have a
use
treat
it
for you later.
It's like,
well, delay notification for 11th Brother and Maul. Oh, you're getting the whole wave. I knew I could count on you. You're going to delight my Instagram feed with photos of these guys rocking out in lightning storms. I can't wait.
Metal Jedi.
Sorry for the delay, buddy.
I'm gonna be getting every one of those figures. I think I'm most excited for Devin, honestly. I think and we'll talk about her here in just a few minutes more, but I think her character is really awesome, and just having a Twilight Jedi is gonna be fun, for pictures wise. I really hope we get her master. Is it Deku?
Docky. Uncle Docky. I like Uncle Docky.
Uncle Docky, yeah. I really hope we get one of him. Just because Ari, I'm sure, or David, you guys both could probably tell me what species he is.
I'm all in on Uncle Docky.
I did a little bit of reading on him while I was watching this week's episodes, but I was worried I was going to accidentally spoil myself mid-episode. But I know that they call him the Dino Jedi.
Yeah. But he's not. Is he a Parasaurolophus head?
I don't know. He's not a standard dino. He is not a Parasaurolophus.
The guy Django blasts off the.
No, he's not one of those.
No, he's not. And in the interview,
Coleman Trebor.
Shout out to my friend Dwayne Smith, who's joined in.
Hey,
Dwayne is a fellow docent at Rancho Obi-Wan. Super stoked to have you on the podcast today, Dwayne. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming, Dwayne.
So Dwayne and I actually were at the premiere, and during that interview, Dave Filoni was mentioning, like, now we have a Dino Jedi. And yeah, this is a new species. He is not.
Okay.
He's not. Is it Trevor? Wasn't it the Jedi's name Trevor? Is that who you're referring to from Clone?
Coleman Trebor.
Back to the Clones.
Yeah.
He dies really quickly.
Yeah, Django gives him a blast right off.
And I can't wait to start talking about these episodes because he. The fact that he was finally in the limelight and you're seeing all the detail on that on the plate of his head was just gorgeous, man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We got to start talking about it, but I do already just highlighted it. But Metal Jedi had thrown in that he got Lord Starkiller, which y'all should go see Metal Jedi's Instagram because he took a photo that is really really fantastic. And that's a figure that I have considered, and I will get it, but I haven't pulled the plug on it quite yet because I don't have any like really emotional ties to that figure. But it is really, pardon my French, but it's badass. And he took a really nice picture of it.
Is it the one with like super sleek helmet and like super sharp fingers?
Yeah.
I think I saw that as well. Metal Jedi. That is an incredible photo. He's also not like near and dear in my heart, but wow, does he look amazing.
Okay, Metal Jedi. Now he's
You're turning us in. We were
hopeful-
going to do a show about hopes and wishes in a couple weeks.
Hopefully we get an Ebbo reveal this week. I'm just as excited for him as I am for Lord Starkiller. Now, here
Yes.
is we'll wrap figures up, but here is where I'm gonna lose a little street cred here probably, but Ebbo does not do it for me, frankly.
Oh, wow.
I've watched Clone Wars once, and the amount of memory that I have of this Embo is none. I don't remember him in
Wow.
Clone Wars. I just don't remember it. I don't know. So I'm not like all pumped up like everybody is. I'm a little bummed about that, but I'm sure he'll be cool. My theory is that he's really not going to be a big part of this movie, but I am hopeful that he will bring joy and excitement to everyone who loves him.
Yes, that's a great way to put it, man.
You're getting me to want to talk all about my thoughts and feelings about that, but I know we got to stick to the plan.
Yes, we are going to kick on over.
All right, it's Maul time.
To our discussion. Anthony's going to be our starting point as we talk about kind of our brief overviews here for the episode.
Yeah. So Maul's episodes 5 and 6 would be what? Was it
Inquisition, and something about nighttime.
Night Hunters, Night of the Hunted. Is that right?
Yeah, Night of the Hunted. Okay. So both episodes for me, I thought, again, really strong episodes, really great episodes. I think they're really moving the story, the plot of this in a direction that keeps it exciting in a way that it's not super centric on one element at this point. And what I mean, like, it's called Maul Shadow Lord, so obviously the show is following Maul, but I am really into the different story elements that they're presenting and continuing to follow. Lawson and his son relationship continues to intrigue me, especially now that they're continuing to have the mother be a part of the plot, and the phone call to me is really interesting.
So interesting.
If you don't mind,
really interesting.
I had a note just before she actually appeared, and I'm like, we are going to see ex-Mrs. Lawson at some point. Probably the lieutenant's boss. Oh no, there she is. No rank insignia. It was like I was typing this out in my notes as soon as she showed up.
Well, I love
that's
that.
Interesting. No rank insignia. Sorry, keep going.
I think that was just a really interesting plot point to me. I'm curious where that's going to lead, if anywhere. It might just be proving a point that people are split on, in the galaxy about their feelings on the Empire. Like, obviously this family literally split up because the mom took a job. Well, I don't know if that's why they split up, but she has a job with the Empire, and clearly he is not a fan of the Empire. We can at least say that much.
And Riley doesn't know.
Yeah, Riley.
We should get into it at some point. But Riley doesn't have a sense of the Empire, right?
Yeah, no, he's kind of naive to it. It's
sheltered by his,
and if his mom left when he was young and his dad is not a fan of the Empire, it would make sense as a parent that maybe he protected him, in his eyes at least, by not really. Like, it's kind of a need to know situation, and the Empire's not there, so why does he need to know about him?
Yeah,
could be. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. All the lightsaber fights, I could go on about that. Those were awesome. The whole train scene with Morak. Is it Morak? Merrick with Merrick and Riley and Devin. Oh my gosh, that was giving me straight up hair was standing up on my arms, goosebumps like that. So I think I guess I'll save that for rankings, what I was going to say, but the the duels between Daki.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Deki. Okay, jeez Louise.
Daki.
Between him and Maul and how he can keep up with him because of his appearance he's kind of just giving me Yoda vibes. And if he's, we don't really know much about his species, obviously, at all, anything. But he just,
Yeah, we have no idea of age or anything, right?
It seems like he's just a mystery Jedi, and I love it. And the fact, I don't want to take up the whole show, but like just the little bits and pieces, I'm kind of jumping all over here, I think, as I'm thinking of things. But last part I'll comment before I pass it on would be the scene where Lawson comes home and they're initially in the room, and he is just like, the last thing his boss said to him was, at least we're not harboring Jedi, right? So I thought that was kind of a cool,
so perfectly placed.
just well written. Everything about it so far is, and I don't think that's going to change as we move into the next episodes. But it's phenomenally well done, and that's what I love about Star Wars. We might have to wait a little bit in between our doses. Except in this case, we get a movie next month. But I mean, it's worth it every time. Like, this is just phenomenal stuff. And I'm sure
already.
I'll comment more, but I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. So I'll let you guys jump on.
All right, I think you're next, right?
I'm going to start by showing our dear friend Metal Jedi's comment, stating that this season has been peak Star Wars for him, and he loves this series. I don't know that you were part of the episode of Sith Happens where we talked the phrase peak Star Wars, but
I don't think so. Maybe he was.
There's a callback to that specific phrase that is bringing me a little bit of joy and dread at the same time. One of the few times there was like headbutting when I was a guest on the show.
Oh yes,
interesting. I'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of debunked peak.
Yes,
but at least that was kind of the intent.
For me, I got to be careful with how I phrase too, and because I don't want to give away my ratings for this week while I'm talking about my general vibe. I thought that episode 3 was a good episode, or not 3, sorry, episode 5, Inquisitorious. That it really brought me back in after last week, where I was like, oh my gosh, what am I watching with episode 4? Where I was just like, this has turned me off of the show. And episode 5 brought me right back, and it was like, oh no, we're here. I'm good. I had a lot of just kind of like bit reactions throughout that. One thing that I thought was really interesting, and I say this with this phrase, sometimes gets hate for the way it's phrased, but I say with all due respect, it was absolutely wild for me to kind of have this epiphany of Two Boots is an autistic droid. We are getting representation with this character. We are getting a DEI representation with a droid character in Star Wars, and I thought that was really cool. It wasn't until episode 5 I realized this about Two Boots.
And I know exactly why you realized it.
Like,
I think
it was the conversation about the coffee cup where he's like, you don't need to feel bad for shutting me down. He's like, I don't feel bad for shutting you down. It was there where I realized what was going on here.
I thought, and if I mean real quickly, I thought it was potentially, and I wanted to comment this. So when, oh gosh, Lieutenant freaking douchebag, what's his name? Buckley.
I believe that's actual French. So
pardon that. We can just go for Lieutenant D.
What is it?
The guy.
Bradley?
Are you talking about the Imperial?
I just have him noted as LT in my
Lieutenant
notes.
Bradley.
If anyone knows him, shout it out in the comments because I can't remember.
Anyways,
his name.
Whatever. So he comes in that scene and he comments on his boots and he says, these aren't standard attire issue, whatever he says, remove them immediately, essentially.
Yeah.
And he looks, the way he looks is almost as if he does not comprehend what he's saying.
Yep.
Which
and he's
is
a
so
droid, so he has to comprehend what he's saying. But it's as if he doesn't.
Because he understands protocol 100%.
Mm-hmm.
right? Like everything he's doing is based on protocol, yet he fails to follow protocol on those boots.
Yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
I want to get into that whole thing, but I kind of want to save it for that episode conversation.
Okay. I'll let you continue.
I appreciate you calling that
go,
out,
yeah,
though, because I noticed that too. I did, and this will start giving a little bit of things away in terms of where I stand on episode 5, and that is I did find that it was very predictable for me. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, well, this is what's going to happen now, and then it happens, and this is what's going to happen now, and then it happens, and that kind of took me a little bit out of episode 5, but not to the point where I was just like, what did I just watch? It was not anything that is a total detriment. And then I know Anthony went into talking episode 6 as well with that. And I'm just going to say episode 6 was, I'm going to use the phrase that I just talked about, episode 6, peak Maul Shadow Lord. My gosh, it was absolutely insane. And much like I mentioned last week about Maul being an aura farmer, he continues to be one on that train with the tripping lights, with his 420 trippy lights coming out. And I just like couldn't believe like how he's just standing there for too long, and he's like, I know what I'm doing. I am looking badass for a reason. It's kind of like David last week talking about how he noticed like they took him out of it because Maul is so powerful. Why is he running away? And for me, it's like Maul knows what he's doing. He has a plan. And his plan is to look cool.
Yeah, it is. He wants to be the cool guy.
Yeah.
And that is my generalized thoughts for these.
Okay.
David,
I love it. Man, I keep wanting to just jump right in as you guys are talking because you're bringing up so many great things. But overall, I just feel like we're going up the coaster. We're now like we have descended. As soon as episode 6 struck, we finally came, and we're down at the bottom of the first hill because wow, just incredible storytelling, pacing, and to comment on what you said, I love they're pulling all these different parts in. It's not just Maul, and even Vario in his bit parts has such wonderful comic levity and brings that level of humor. There's another little element of humor, but to me, what I'm loving is this round, we really saw Devin shine. I think this was Devin centric, not Maul centric. Other than Maul has now like he's reaping the fruit that he wants. Some of the things that Maul said, where he's like, I'm her ally. As long as she can just show resilience, she is my ally. Like they could have like Rook is like, let's get out of here, right? What are we waiting around for? The Empire's here. Let's go. He's like, they are on this planet. Like they're on Janix for a reason. And I want to come back to this later as well. We've only ever been on Janix. You know, when we hit the Mandalorian, we're going to be all over the place, right?
Yeah.
But this whole thing is just like laser.
And to your point with Rook and their like we even get to the point where she's got a borderline insurrection on her hands.
Yes. I love that too. I've got lots of notes, man. I went through like a couple times and I'm like, oh man, yeah. The insurrection, she's like, back to your posts. They're like, we're in it for the money. And now the money's not there. And she's like, this is not just about money. She gets it, right? Rook gets it. I think the other thing that I would say is the writing is really interesting in terms of the language and the cues that follow. This idea where Daki talks about the fact that they lived through this purge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he should have said genocide. But again, this
Oh.
is for all audiences. Genocide might not have the same meaning, and purge has also been used multiple times before, but really feels like they lived through a genocide almost.
Yes.
It's almost like a species of people in a way, right? The Jedi. And then that scene at the start of episode 6 where Maul is going through all of the different saber techniques, right? Eyes closed the entire time. And that was something that when I rewatched it, I'm like, wow, look at this. It's a meditation. I'm wondering, is he envisioning Palpatine? Is he envisioning one of these Inquisitors that maybe he knows is coming for him? Is he envisioning something else? But he's just meditating, right? And just the gorgeous, gorgeous animation.
I would like to come into that one a minute, David. And I think that he's replaying Duel of the Fates with that.
Wow.
That's my thought. I have no proof of that, but like
well, plant that seed in Matt's head and he'll find you proof of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to kind of look at the moves. I saw something online where someone said it's literally going through each and every one of the lightsaber sets of moves. Like there's 7 different forms, right?
Yeah.
And he's literally going through all 7 forms. I didn't watch their whole video, but and anyone out there who knows, guys, comment if you like know these forms or if you can confirm. I'm just curious to hear if other people also feel that's the same. But at the very end, Rook comes up to him and she said, "There's something you should see," and only then does he open his eyes. And I just, I love the way the writing and the animation are just like lockstep with each other. So that's my overall just take is like I'm just loving it so much, and still haven't rated it in my head 100%. I've got ideas.
Well, you got a little time.
Yeah. I would add they really missed an opportunity with that to have a montage music. Because I mean they could have had Max Rebo band going in there, Eye of the Tiger, something playing while he's doing that. That was just like a
no,
that
it was
quiet, wasn't it?
as I was watching it.
Was it just Saber?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. No, so just from the things you said before we move on into rankings, because we got a little bit of time. The excuse me, when they have the in insurrection moment, when they're potentially
dramatic.
Sorry, a little cough trying to percolate there. What I'm kind of thinking is, what is there in those? If you guys remember Clone Wars better than I do, in some respects, maybe you can answer this, but what is their relationship to Maul? Like, how did Rook and Maul come to be in this partnership that they're currently in? Do we have an idea?
Matt knows.
We don't know.
So, what a great Matt question. I thought they were like mercenaries.
So here's what I'm kind of thinking, and it's like
wasn't it that Rook and I can't think of the guy's name. Is it Pre-Vizsla?
Gar Saxon or
Gar Saxon? Thank you, Gar Saxon. I think Saxon wants to retake Mandalore, if memory serves. And guys in the comments, please chat and let us know. But Gar Saxon wants to retake Mandalore, and Satine is in charge. And don't they overtake the city with the assistance of Maul, or Maul comes in after the fact?
Yeah.
I feel like
think
that's
in Brooks part of that.
I gotta up myself with this. That's something that I just don't pay attention to, because I don't pay attention to bad guy stories.
Right.
Yeah. So, and yeah, exactly. So
You're
I'm
off the hook,
just,
all right?
Yeah.
So that's in my mind. I'm like, does it really matter? No, but it's something fun to think about. So where my mind is going with it, I'm like, what if they're like, in the beginning, this relationship with Maul kind of formed as it was just a job, you know?
Right.
Oh, here's your paycheck. Money keeps flowing. Then Rook and Maul kind of form this, you know, bond a little bit. Oh, we work well together. Let's make, and then she kind of becomes attached or almost a part of his vision, you know, and they become entwined where she's now loyal to him and not just the job and the money, whereas her soldiers, her minions, are still just kind of loyal to, like, yes, her, but to what point is what I'm curious. Will that amount to anything where we see a loss of, you know, some of their force because they're not interested in where this is going?
Mm-hmm.
I see it possibly also as some foreshadowing in terms of if they're looking at this and like maybe they bail if things get to be a certain point where either they're losing funding or they're just like, this isn't worth it. Maybe that's where the failure, like that Sisyphus thing where Maul's working up only to fail. Are they parts of the small linchpins of, you know, something that allows the rock to roll back down? Maybe the Mandalorians are going to be pulling the rug out from under him and going with the Empire or turning him in.
All right. Thank you,
Oh,
Dwayne.
Dwayne says Maul wins the Blacksaber and their allegiance. Okay, thanks, Dwayne.
Yes, Dwayne. Yeah, I owe Clone Wars a rewatch at some point before I die.
Have you only done it one time?
Just one time. Just one time.
Never gone
you'll
back
get there. There'll be a time when you get there.
Well, here's the thing. There was I talked about it, Sith Happens, probably not so much on this cast, but there was a point in my life where I enjoyed alcohol a little too much, and when I did that, I also watched TV, and because I just sat on the couch when I drank, and I was like, bleh. And so a lot of Clone Wars I might have been a little intoxicated for, and therefore don't remember it as well as I could.
Sure.
That being said, that's not a factor in my life anymore. Coming up on Friday, 4 years sobriety.
Congratulations, man. That's
thanks,
awesome.
man. Thank you. But that's not for this podcast. I digress. But yeah, I got to rewatch it because I think there's a lot of Star Wars content that
you'll make a lot of connections. It's pretty amazing.
That will connect. Yeah, if I remember it a little bit better. I don't know. I definitely remember the later seasons pretty well, but I think the earlier ones I don't, because I think Ari probably knows better my timeline than I do even. But I think the later ones I think I stopped at a certain point, and then once I was thinking clearly again, I started getting a little bit more into Star Wars again. I think I finished thinking, oh, I'll be good to just finish where I left off, which was, I believe, is it 7 seasons? I think it was 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
And then so
they came in at a good point.
Maybe 1 through 4, maybe even 1 through 5. I didn't watch with a clear head, so I got to rewatch those.
Okay.
Should we jump into episode specific stuff?
I've got a couple things I do want to hit on. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
You have anything specific you want to?
You know what? You guys could chat on the specific stuff, and I'll just piggyback on it because I've kind of just, said a lot of my stuff already just by chit chatting. So take it away, Ari. Go for it.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
One thing that I really, really gravitated on, there was the most relatable scene in all of Star Wars to me in episode 5. And that was when Lawson asks for a coffee. He gets out of his interrogation, and then he goes to his desk and just looks at the cup and is like, well, this is what I'm drinking. And he slams the cold coffee from his desk. I'm like, okay, that is me. Every time I walk through the store back to my desk, I'm like, is there coffee? Yep, better drink it. Then I
love his relationship with the calf.
That was a subliminal messaging for me.
I want to go back and watch how many times he drinks calf. I have a theory it might be related to how many times per episode, like episode 1 drink of calf. But I think I'm wrong already by thinking about anyway.
In between the episodes, I actually went and got a cup of coffee because I got subliminally messaged by him driving home with a cup of coffee.
I love he's just like
speaking of
and then this is, again, we're starting to give a little bit of hints and spoilers to where my grades are going. In episode 6, the entirety of the rooftop scene is, to me, the most emotional moment I have seen in Star Wars since The Rise of Skywalker. I don't even know these characters. It was just so powerful. I was like shivering, tears on the couch, watching this scene with these people fighting off the oppression of Merrick and the stormtroopers in the LAATs. And there goes my light dying on me. Rude. And I thought it was really fascinating that the last time I really felt that way while watching Star Wars was in moments of like fan service where they're like, you're supposed to feel this way because these are the characters you love. And here they were getting me feeling this way with characters I don't know. I don't care about them.
Rey pulling Chewie and thinking she destroyed Chewie.
Yeah.
Right? Like it had that gravity almost, right?
It was really powerful for me, and I really, really, really enjoyed that. And if you guys want to jump in on there, I have 2 more things I want to say about the episode.
Yeah, I will. I'm really glad you said that because this show is a show that I have been excited for because Maul is someone who I've said this before, like in based off of comments I just said that those about Clone Wars can apply to this too. But I know Maul from the Phantom Menace. I know he survives. I know he has a story in Clone Wars. I know bits and pieces of that story. I don't have a connection with Maul emotionally. We're not besties. So I'm always gonna be excited about Star Wars. Now, how I know this show is great is that I already feel like we are skipping down the road to becoming besties right now. Me and Maul, like we're gallivanting. I was almost late.
You're his Ezra now.
I was almost late to being on the podcast because I was taking a photo with Maul. So, prior to this show coming out, I think the amount of photos with Maul I've taken have been they've been guilt photos, honestly. I'm staring at the shelf like, who should I take a picture of today? Ooh, this plain old stormtrooper looks really nice. And then I see Maul and I'm like, oh, that boring guy? Okay, I haven't taken his picture in a while. So I am quickly beginning to love him. And so I'm really excited about that. I think, Ari, what you said, I'm pretty sure is like unintentionally, almost verbatim, something I said on Sith Happens when Acolyte came out. Like, I haven't felt this way since, because that's how I felt when Acolyte was, episode 5 of Acolyte is, if we're going to throw around the word peak Star Wars, like that is my favorite episode of Star Wars television that's out there. And it was just, for me, it was magnificent and I loved it. And I was talking to Matt this morning and he says to me, well, I know you're not going to love it as much as episode 5 of The Acolyte, but for me, it was the best episode. Or, he loved it. I don't want to spoil it. I kind of just spoiled his feelings, but he loved it. Obviously, Matt loved it. So, to me, it's on par with that episode. Like, it was like I was emotional. I don't know that I cried, but I definitely got emotional in that episode. And I felt, like you said, there's just that feeling of like, this is Star Wars. This is true gritty Star Wars. This is the real deal. And I tend to have a heart that loves all Star Wars, but there was just a different feeling here where you kind of have that, like, your hair's standing up and you've got goosebumps at the same time. And it's just like, when is this going to go away? I guess it's just going to chill with me for the next 22 minutes as I watch the rest of episode 6. So anyways, that's my little offshoot of your comment.
Can I chime in on 5 before we jump into 6 too much?
Go ahead.
So I love that right off the bat, episode 5 leads in with the Star Destroyer and the music and the sound of the lats. And seeing those lats just like spread through the city. And finally, we have that presence of the Empire, right? It's been like foreshadowing. Oh, well, I'm going to call the Empire. No, don't call the Empire. I'm going to call the Empire. No, don't call the Empire.
Don't you do it.
Then once they're there and Two Boots doesn't get it, right? He still doesn't understand. He's like, finally, we have resources that will be able to hold up to these, to Maul. We don't have the resources to deal with this guy. And then you really see that. Like, they infiltrate that city. They ground all the traffic. They and Docky's like, we're out. He's like, he either says we're going to escape, we're going to hide, or we're going to survive. He says those 3 words like at different times within that same episode. And the first time he says it, the first words out of Devin's mouth in episode 5 are, "But Maul." And I love that. I just thought, oh man, Maul has got her, right?
Mhm.
He's got her here. Exactly, Maul. And, exactly, Maul. I just called you
She
Maul.
has no idea.
He can be our Maul tonight.
She's entrenched. He got through to her and she doesn't even realize it, but she's like, we're the protectors. We've got to take care of this guy. How can we abandon this mission? We are empowered to do so. And then we see her rise to power, right? Like when they're on that roof, like you were mentioning, and she's protecting Riley, like they climb up and out. She's protecting Riley. That amazing tight space apartment lightsaber duel, where like
it's so good.
You can see they're like really having to adjust their fighting style to that room. And that moment where the family picture burns, I was like, wow, like they didn't need to show that picture's in Riley's room, and they're sitting there. She's got her lightsaber on her her hilt on her side, and she's like, "You didn't grow up the way I grew up."
Yeah,
right?
She doesn't like sports. She's my enemy.
She doesn't like sports. She doesn't even know what Bodekin is, right? But then as that fight ensues, the last thing you see before they're up on the roof is the family picture burning up. And I wanted to come back to the mom and the family dynamic, because mom was pretty cold, and immediately like dad's under interrogation. Well, what did he do wrong? Right. It's dad. Clearly it's dad's fault.
Well, it seems to me
later, like it's like the whole situation is blown off by her.
Yeah, she really did blow it
off.
off.
The Empire's interrogating his dad. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Like, look into that a little bit, Mom. Like, you have the ability to. You work.
Well, we don't know what she does for the Empire. Maybe she's a janitor on the Death Star, like Finn was on Star Wars, not Star Wars Station, Star Killer base.
Right.
Yeah.
But to me, I thought that was indicative to the fact that he was a problem in their relationship as well, with his criminal contacts and things where like even if he,
what did he do?
Like, what did he do means she doesn't know about Maul being there, right? She just knows that he has criminal contacts and the Empire is now talking to him. He messed up.
That's a very, very valid point and a brilliant perspective.
Great point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, she may not even know Maul's there. Yeah. The Empire does, but she
doesn't have a rank badge.
Big bureaucracy, right? She might work.
She is
Bureau of Statistics.
Right. Who knows? So yeah, in different different areas within the Empire don't typically share information like that.
We saw that in Rogue One. Or not Rogue One, the Andor.
Yeah.
Then we hear Daki tell her, I hear, like, she's like, we've got to act. And he says, I hear your voice, but I hear Maul's words. And I just, that, again, the writing hits the mark like so many times. And she says, isolated, none of us stand a chance against them. And like she's trying to again convince Daki, like, we've got to get in and like we got to join Maul. And he's like, Maul will never be our enemy.
Oh, I wrote down that line too. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's just gives me chills.
But I honestly felt like 5 was way slower than 6.
Yeah.
6 was pure action and 5 was kill table setting.
Like, just kept the ball moving forward. So super fun. What about 6, guys? What'd you think?
Oh, I hit most of my 6 stuff, but I did like that they had the classic dirtbag alien narc. It was a real Garindan situation in the casino. I loved that. For those of you who have been in my sphere at all in the last couple of years, you'll know that I am a huge Mass Effect video game fan. And I absolutely love the crime boss lady in the casino with her tentacle head, because in the Mass Effect games, there's a species called Asari, and one of your main character friends is Liara Tassoni, and she makes a comment in one of the games about how you will never see her tentacles go out, and, and we see them just kind of
You feel
swaying
like it
on
was
this
a nod,
lady.
Ari?
What's that?
Was that a nod, do you think,
I
to
don't
Mass
think it
Effect?
was a nod, but for me, I enjoyed
Yeah, what are those little?
it was like it was two windows I was looking through at the same time.
Sure, yeah.
Love that. Well, was she in the first Mass Effect?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have probably watched you play that or something,
Yeah.
or played it maybe
Played it
with
first,
myself.
man.
But I had when I saw her, I was like, "Where do I know this chick from?"
It's
Is she in
Liara Tassoni.
Okay.
And then my final note that I really want to just say is, as much as I hate Spybot and think he's completely obnoxious, I love that he hates the probe droid.
Oh yeah.
That
What do you call it?
Dirty droid, trashy droid. I think
Trashy.
trashy droid.
I loved that.
Yeah, I gotta say he still is not growing on me much, but I don't hate him. But
Okay.
you know how usually I'm the guy who like loves the little sidekick, whoever it may be. It's just not happening for me this time. It's not happening.
If you have a greater appreciation for Maul, we can forgive you for not liking Spybot.
Okay. All right.
Honestly,
cool.
like, Maul is near and dear to my heart, so I'm loving the Maul.
And again, David, just to be clear, I did not dislike Maul. It was more of an apathetic.
You just haven't. You don't have the affinity.
Yeah, I just haven't fallen in love with them yet.
Yeah,
but I am right now. We're skipping along. It's good time.
All right, David, you got any more thoughts on 6 before we move?
Yeah, and I apologize,
ahead,
David, again too, because I kind of just spewed everything together for both these episodes. I feel like,
good, man.
But I mean, my biggest thing for 6 is I loved the nonstop pacing. I loved that there was a lot of lightsaber action going on.
Yeah,
and was 6 the train?
Yes.
Yes. So that was perhaps one of my favorite scenes. It reminded me of there's a mission in Jedi Apprentice video game where you have to go and you have to travel on a train that's very similar to that. And so that kind of like Ari, your little callback, internal callback, we'll call it. But yeah, that as they're fighting and you kind of know it's coming, I think. But when Merrick says, where is Maul? And then you just, there he is. And he's here. I am. Just like so good. And then they just start going at it, and like him and Devin are together.
Oh my gosh.
Finally they
get mad about it
at
too.
one point, Merrick has
Which I
his
think
saber up like this, and then he releases the lower part of the blade, and Maul totally sees it, and then they both start spinning the sabers, which is just pure animation magic. I mean, God, it's just so beautiful to watch. I found I want to go back and literally watch these scenes in slow motion like 5 times just to appreciate them for the amount of effort that went into them.
That was something, and I did talk with Matt on the phone a little bit, just knowing that he wasn't going to be on the cast, so we did talk about it a little bit, but he too loved the train scene. And one thing that I swear I saw this, and I cannot pinpoint where, but
good night, Metal Jedi. Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, peace out, Metal Jedi. Have a good night, bro. I swear there was a scene in one of the lightsaber fights on that train where they slowed it down, a slow-mo.
Okay.
Did you guys catch this?
I did not catch it, but I believe they would have.
It was not. It was brief. It was maybe
just a little slow down.
3 seconds.
Catch it.
Yeah.
Because it's so much.
Yeah, and it felt like it was like when, I don't know, I need to rewatch it too, but regardless of if that happened or if it was my mind playing tricks on me, like that trooper, I think it was just so well done, and the animation is glorious. I love it.
I have one more thing to say before we jump over to, so I almost feel like we see Devin like rising in every skill set over and over again. I almost feel like this is a Devin's trials moment. Like
Kind of seems
these
that way.
are Devin's trials.
Interesting.
And it just like she just is showing skill after skill after skill. The point at which she takes over the lat and extracts the pilot through the glass, like
Yes, holy
that
shit.
was amazing.
Mhm.
And then she's piloting, crash lands the vehicle, even though it's like, you know, burning
And you
up.
got lost in peanut gallery and behind her, and she's still
Right.
just blasting along, no problem.
So I feel like it's her trials. And there was one little nod that they made to Attack of the Clones. Rena, the former bounty hunter, says, in this cowhun's nest. And I was like, what's a cowhun or cowhoon? And it's those, do you guys know?
I feel
Tell
like I
us.
do, but it's not.
When Zam Wessel goes to assassinate Padme with those
It's the
little
bugs.
it's those things, the creepy crawly
I do. And that's how,
arthropods.
you know what? I can literally envision the packaging for the action figure set, the blue one. I
Uh-huh.
think it was maybe
Yep.
I forget what Attack of the Clones line, I think.
Uh-huh.
And it says Padme with Calhoun,
Okay,
bug or
nice.
whatever like that. I could see that
Nice
in my head.
collector moment there.
Wow. Yeah. My gosh. No, that's cool. That's a cool fun fact though.
I could go on and on, but I know we've got Collector's Corner, and I know we're reaching our time here.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up with the conversation. That was awesome. Good chat, guys. I'm
ratings, real quick ratings, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll do my rating for episode 5, and I'm gonna. I think I loved these episodes both fairly equally, but I'm gonna give episode 5 an 8, or yeah, an 8. Episode 5 and 8 because
hurts you.
I'll keep this brief, but it was a personal problem. I loved everything about the story and everything about all of it. I got to rewatch it and see if this changes, but the lighting was way too dark for me. I couldn't see, like, I felt like I couldn't even see Merrick in episode 5. Like, it was just so dark. And maybe it was the computer I watched it on, but like the episode itself, visually was a like very dark episode, and I'm like, I don't know, I didn't love that, and so I'm hoping when I rewatch it maybe that can change, because if it weren't for that, it would be a solid 10, and episode 6 is in fact a solid 10, 12 if not. Like, I kid you not when I say it. I am shocked that I love it as much as I did. Truthfully, honestly, shocked 100%. It's Star Wars, so I know I'm gonna like it, but did I know I was gonna love it as much as I love episode 5 of The Acolyte? My favorite episode of Star Wars.
It's huge. That's huge.
That is huge. And I'm so excited that I love it that much. Like, I'll rewatch that episode many times. It was just I love when you have a show that's like, this is obviously, it's called Maul Shadow Lord, but it's not just all about Maul. It's all about everything going on around Maul, and I just love the different dynamics of the different factions that we're seeing here.
There's so much depth for an animated series. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll re-rank it at 10 if I rewatch it and my lighting was just my computer being crappy. But yeah, episode 6, 10 all the way.
Well, I'm gonna come in and I'm not gonna give 10s. I am going to give episode 5 a 7.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good. I'm cranking up a little bit. You guys will note, though, as I'm doing this, that this is the first pairing of episodes that the second episode is getting a higher ranking than the first episode.
I was hoping that might be the case.
No, due to the kind of predictability for me for the fifth episode, it just takes me out of it a little bit, where it's just like, oh, this is what's going to happen for it, and that takes it away for me. The other thing is, I wanted to give it a 7.5, but both episodes are getting a half-point ranking knocked off because of the graphic design of the title sequence. Chapter 5 line, Inquisition, is completely and utterly not in alignment. And they did the same thing on episode 6. The line that separates them is exactly in the middle of the screen, left to right. And chapter 5 is to one side and Inquisition is to the other side.
You know, I did
They are
notice
not
that.
central at all, and it drives me absolutely batty. I actually got a tape measure out and measured my TV left to right and found the center and figured out what was going on, and nothing is in alignment, and it's out of control, not okay. So both episodes get a half point knocked off.
And
that is
did you
why
verify this was not the case for prior episodes?
I did not, but I will be knocking off
I'll be
points for
curious to
future
see it.
episodes if that is the case.
Should it not be corrected? So to our friends at Disney, if you don't figure your stuff out, you're gonna have problems with this.
Yep.
This guy.
Yep, I have big old problems.
Shaving half points off left and right.
Yep. So
I know
7.5.
Mickey pretty well.
I did really enjoy Lawson in the 5th episode. I will say that, and I really enjoyed Two Boots once I understood Two Boots better as a character, and I really appreciate
your insights
how they did
helped
that.
me with that. All right, thanks.
For episode 6, 9.5, easy peasy.
Nice.
There's
Okay.
I knew you liked it.
I had it was that moment of I'm getting chills just talking about the moment. My legs have the hair standing up on them right now, where it's just so good. And it brought me to a point. If I had to say a similar feeling to another episode of Star Wars, it would be much. I'm gonna be like you, Anthony, talk about things people don't like. The finale of the Book of Boba Fett for me.
Oh, nice.
Where it's just like, this is perfect action, and it's got me hooked throughout. There's not a moment of anything I'm not paying attention to in that rooftop scene, the same way that battle for Mos Eisley or Espo, whichever one it was, I don't remember, was, where I'm just like riveted. These are characters that I'm just like, awesome. So there we have it.
I'm so
that
happy.
brings
I'm
us
so happy
to
hear that.
an 8.5 average for the two.
Nice.
Solid scores.
I was very tempted to go like 6 for episode 5, like a 6. But the more I'm glad I rewatched it today, and I think I would give it a 7. Okay. I'm not sure I'm going to go higher than 7. I really felt like Merrick was just scratching around and wasting time. I didn't feel like that led the story further at all, other than dragging it out. And he did not learn anything really specific by looking at some lightsaber scars on the wall, because we already knew that they had pictures of the Jedi in the police office. So like you could potentially have like sussed out what was going on. But I will go 10 on episode 6 for sure. And I'm really split between episodes 4 and 6 in terms of which is my fave.
Okay.
They're both phenomenal, and now makes me want to go back and watch 4 and compare it to 6.
Yeah, 4 was.
Well, you have to get the same amount of watches on both.
With me more, but so much great stuff in this week, and I won't be here next week. And I told Ari I will be at a school event that I cannot avoid, and so
hopefully I'm here next week.
That I won't be able to contribute to next week, but I'll chime in on my ratings the following week.
Well, I'm going to invite Metal Jedi if you guys are both not here. That's what's going to happen.
There you go. So, and it's your Collector's Corner night, right?
Yes, it is. And I will be here next week. I will not be here the following week.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Finale. Ouch.
That sucks. Well, you know what? I could probably do this remote, honestly. I'll be in a hotel room.
We could pre-record too.
Yeah.
Maybe?
No, that's fine. I can do it remote, because I'll be just sitting in a hotel room with nothing to do. So that'll be great. I just can't talk for 8 hours straight during the day as I'm learning all new fun and exciting things, which if anyone who happens to work for my company, I love to learn, and I am excited about this. Truly, I am. So Collector's Corner, here we go. Because I believe this will be the only Collector's Corner that I do whilst Maul is on, I decided to take us on a little bit of a Maul ride. And I'm going to start by sharing that this is a multifaceted tour.
Maul.
A multi.
It's a
Yes, David.
multi.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? Shoot, guys. I
Uh-oh.
forgot what. How did I do this?
Ooh.
Hold on.
Okay. While you do that, I got to show off my shirt. I got my Toy Safari shirt on, which was given to me by my buddy Mark, because when he found out that we go on toy safaris for photography, he's like, I have the shirt for you.
It's
Thank
perfect.
you, Mark.
Love that.
Mark sounds awesome. Unlike my memory tonight, apparently. But here we go. So we're going to kick it off with this lovely action figure of Darth Maul. So this is the Black Series Sith Apprentice Darth Maul. This is the one I just took a photo of tonight.
Right.
And as I collect Black Series, that's what I'm going to be showing you tonight. So this is
comic line.
Is this the oldest Maul? It might be of Black Series.
I don't know.
Well, that Maul knows how to aura farm. I can tell you that.
I think that this came out before Phantom Menace.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
you've been collecting longer than I have.
This one is one of the comic book ones, so it's got a cool. I only keep these boxes, as you can see behind. I'm an out of box collector, but this one's cool because it just talks. Darth Sidious, apprentice and enforcer Darth Maul, has cut his way through the ranks of the galactic crime syndicate Black Sun to take on the pinnacle of their organization.
Mm-hmm.
And these boxes are fun, but I love that Darth Maul is, he is a very multifaceted character, and that's one of the cool things about him. And you can tell this as you go throughout, but this one is
he's a beast.
A really cool figure. The shirtless Maul really just shows off like he is a beast. So that one's cool.
He's got some great articulation.
I saw that at my used toy store a few months ago, and I kind of want to go back and see if it's still there.
You should. It's a cool figure, and this is for all you Maul enthusiasts who are not sure which Maul to get. This is why I'm doing this for you guys. So this is the Gaming Grades Maul. This one comes with the Rebels saber, and I call this one my Rebels Maul, and I do even keep him with my Rebels figures on the shelf. David, I know you don't have any of the Mauls I'll be presenting from here out, so take note. Yeah. He is a sleek figure.
How do you like the articulation on this guy?
I mean, I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't I don't understand articulation issues.
I love that saber though. That saber is so sweet.
Yeah, the saber is
serious about that, but I don't want to spoil Matt's theories.
Good call, good call.
Yeah, we can let him spoil them, I guess, but there are some out there that he has. But I mean, I don't have any issues posing this character. I guess that's how I'll put it. I'm not going to say it's
so. Ant, is that the equivalent of the current version minus the soft goods, or is that different?
I think that the current version is a little bit more similar to Clone Wars Maul.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh man, that's a nice Maul though.
So Clone Wars Maul next to Angry Boy Maul, but yeah, Clone Wars Maul is really bad.
Washerboard Maul.
And I love that. I mean, the outfit looks.
But I really think that the new one is very, very similar to this one. But I
think you're right because I feel like I've seen those metal bands on the arm on the. I've got a picture of it up here somewhere. I'll just take a look.
Yeah, check and see for me a minute. Well, because now I'm curious.
Brown pants.
I'm pulling back up. Brown pants.
Brown.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the matchup for the current one. That's
the shirt's open and everything.
Yeah.
Sabers.
Yep.
So I think right now this one is my favorite Maul, and I'll have to look at the one that's coming out for Shadow Lord a little bit closer. Typically, I'm not going to buy another like duplicate figure just for a cloak.
No.
That's not the kind of cool person I am. I know there are people like Matt. He certainly will, and I'm not. I think to each their own, but that's not. I'm not gonna do it that way. But I don't know. We'll see. Like if they had his little droid that I hate with him for photography purposes, I would buy that figure for sure. But I'm also.
You had the Phantom Menace guy as well.
Well,
you bought the 3-pack, didn't you?
No,
He
I
did
did
not.
not because
Oh.
I already had Qui-Gon and I already had a Darth Maul, so I wasn't gonna do that. But I didn't have that Darth Maul. Here's one that doesn't get a lot of love. The old Holocron collection,
Yeah,
Darth Maul.
Ooh, I
that
love
is
it.
pretty cool.
I'll give it love.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't love the Holocron connection for photography purposes. These lights are really cool.
I think.
They're
Do you need to light it
perfect.
from above as well to get the effect like full on?
Yeah,
does-
you really would.
You know,
So yeah, if you've got multiple of these figures, then you can do that. And each of
Right.
them come with this little puck.
I just got this little sword for one of my Marvel figures, and I feel like it would look real cool underneath, or with that light underneath it.
Yeah.
You probably
Oh
would.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like, yeah, the Holocron figure line, I could next maybe on a collector's corner, I'll show the other ones I have. But it's honestly, I think they're cool for photography purposes. They can work. I usually use them just as like they're the wanted person who's on a background on a table
You
or
used them to
something.
great effect, man. So many times.
So, but I'm glad you brought the 3-pack up because I did end up getting that version, but the solo version of it that they put out before the 3-pack, and I picked him up at Ross
Oh,
for $7.99.
Ross Maul.
Ross
And
Con.
this is by far my favorite one.
Really?
The Phantom
Look at
Menace
that.
one.
I love the flaring of that cape or the skirt
But
or whatever you want
yeah,
to call
and
it.
like this one, talk about posing. Like this
Yeah.
guy is really, I'm not even gonna take him out of this pose because I love it so much, but this is a great figure.
Can you
And
show the expression on his face? I'm just curious.
Nope. High contrast. Severe. It's a severe face.
He's usually pretty severe. He's never very sedate.
no,
Usually got a scowl or a grimace.
this one's my
I like that one. I'm pretty fond of that one.
this one's really cool. I like it a lot. So
I'll take them all.
Yeah, we got a jokester. But yeah, so that wraps up my tour de Maul. But I'm glad y'all came. But yeah, David, I think my favorite one is the Phantom Menace one, just because I don't know why, honestly. It's just my favorite. But that Rebels one is probably my close follow-up.
It's a tough call. I'm not sure where I'd go next. I might just not tempt myself and stick with what I've got and get a soft goods cape and stick with my comic Maul because he does the job so well.
Mrs. Not a Committee makes capes.
Oh yeah, she does. She does do that. Ari
Okay.
has one.
I do. I used it for a Superman trench coat in a photo
Do you have it
recently.
close by?
Nice.
Mine's not close by. Mine's not. Mine's relatively
Let me
close
see.
by.
Hold on. I'm gonna make a bunch of noise.
Ari's gonna make noise.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was I was making this custom figure I showed off on not this podcast, I don't think, but was it this one? Yeah. Did I show it on this one?
No, I don't think so. But I
must have been
remember
Sith
Reva
Happens.
from before.
But yeah, so I did my Reva after Kenobi, and I didn't want to keep it. I used the what was her name? Indara figure from Acolyte to make the custom, and I didn't want to use a brown robe because I got to be, special and have something different.
A brown robe, plain brown robe.
That's a nice plain.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi's from Jabim or something.
Oh yes,
robe. And now this is, I believe, the robe that you first used for Reva.
Yes, so I did use that one at first. However, my wife was not fully satisfied with it because
So she did another one, and
she's a perfectionist. You know how that is. I am too. I get it. So yeah, she made me a different one with a little bit different fabric, but for I love that one that she.
I use it for Ahsoka primarily.
I said, do you mind if I give this to Ari? And she's like, no, if he wants to use it, go for it. I don't mind. So yeah, I mean, the imperfections that she's either we will never see, because I think it's something in the stitching. But anyways, she's really talented, and that was the second one she did, and I think, and then the third one is the one that I have on Reva, and it just looks like something you would just buy from the store. So if you ever want something, I can ask her if she has time, and she can probably whip one up. But what she did was she literally took the stitching apart of a cloak I gave her.
And she just basically made a.
So she took the stitching apart and created a pattern. Using it, cut it out, awesome. And then stitched it back together.
And cool. I really like on this the difference in the hoods. So there's a stitch all the way up the hood of this Obi-Wan robe.
Oh yeah,
and that looks so dumb on the figure. And with this, especially when I use it with Ahsoka, there's none of that, and it looks amazing.
I told her she should go into a
Palpatines who have like the perfect layered. That one's seems like it's a tough one to pull off. I've seen the later versions of Palpatine, and the hood does not look so good, but the earlier
it's just like I gotta edit mine in photos just to make it look nice, because I've gotten sick of trying to make it look nice, because it's just like I don't know if the packaging messed it up. Like, did the packaging make it so it like crimped it right here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it is that hood is very frustrating, and I think for that reason I don't use that figure a lot for photos.
Yeah. And you need Palpatine, like Palpatine unhooded. We can't even go there in terms of what he looks like. But
no, but you know what? The Return of the Jedi Palpatine was a really solid figure, in my opinion. A lot of people don't.
It's probably less expensive too, right?
Return of the Jedi. What am I saying? Revenge of the Sith.
The Revenge of the Sith.
Purple.
The purple one, yeah, that one. I picked that one up when I was at Disney, and that Palpatine is great. I know, like I love plastic and soft goods. Like I love the mix combo of it, and I think the plastic.
Isn't Cheeseor like that too? He's got a little bit of both.
Yeah, because he's got the soft goods for
and the Jedi Temple Guard. Man, the Jedi Temple Guards.
Oh, dude, that's a figure I do not have yet, and I think he's gone up like quite a bit. I think it's like $40 or $50 on.
He's amazing
online these days. I was kind of thinking, maybe I would see it at. Ari and I went to a little toy show last weekend, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll find one of these figures here, but kind of glad I didn't, because I know they would not have been $25.
Well, if I ever see one, I'll grab one for you.
You let me know. Let me know.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll wrap up my collector's corner. Yeah, so we got to wrap this up. So
we do.
Yeah, that's it for me on collector's corner. And that does wrap up the show. So if anyone has managed to stay with us for this whole entire time, we thank you. And I'll just say that I think that this show is only going to continue to get better, and I'm really excited for it.
And we'll be delving into toy photography and all kinds of other subject matter as well. So stick with us, tell your friends, please join us again. And Dwayne Smith, Metal Jedi. Who is our other guest?
We had Starboy in for a minute saying
thanks for stopping by.
Be in tomorrow.
But thanks everyone. And if you guys are on Instagram, please give us a follow. Again, up here we've got Ari. You can find him at Ari_Stardust on Instagram. And then David over here at Black Series Natural Light. And Matt, not pictured today, is at Black Series Daily Guest. And that's BLK.
He's BLACK.
He's BLACK.
I'm the BLK.
Yep. Black spelled out. Black Series Daily Desk.
Bulk Series Natural Light.
Bulk Series. And I, of course, am Ant. I am not a committee on the Instagram. And again, thanks for joining us. And again, shout out to those who weren't able to be here with us tonight. Just remember, we're thinking of you, and you do have friends everywhere.
We've got friends everywhere. May the force be with you.
We'll see y'all next week.